Hi, this is Armando with the Boxing Corner here talking about the pay-per-view fight that happened last night. The Shane Mosley and Alvarez co-feature and the Floyd and Cotto fight. I'm just gonna talk briefly about. Man, I'm sleepy as shit. I'm gonna talk briefly about the Alvarez and Mosley fight. Many people know that Mosley's been he's a little bit over the hill, and Alvarez hasn't really been tested, and it came into play, and it really ended up being a one-sided Alvarez victory. Shane was there to fight, but he just couldn't pull the trigger. He wasn't sure of himself, you can see, and Alvarez was just connecting with him, pretty much landing nearly almost every single shot. It seemed he dominated from round 1 to round 12. Shane just couldn't deal with it. Couldn't take Alvarez's punishment. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that because it was so one-sided. It was a good fight for Alvarez, but Mosley, he went in there to fight. You can tell he did a lot better against Alvarez than he did against Mayweather and Pacquiao. But anyways, let me talk about the main event. I'll probably talk a little bit longer than I normally do. 4 5 minutes tops. But yeah, I saw it in the movie theaters, and it was very pro-Hispanic. A lot of Puerto Ricans, a lot of Mexicans, and a good mixture of black people there too. So it was kind of split. Even though I was rooting for Cotto, I knew Mayweather was gonna win, and there was a lot of like racial bullcrap kind of stupidity in it. I like Mayweather, but I like Cotto more. And like I said, I did an earlier video a couple of weeks back saying how this was a super fight and this and that, and some people clowned me on it, saying it's gonna be a shitty fight. It was gonna be a fight that Mayweather was gonna walk all over Cotto. The odds were heavily in favor for Mayweather in the betting odds, and I was very anxious. And when the time came, I was on the edge of my seat pretty much the entire fight. Um, First 4 rounds, Mayweather was completely dominating. I mean, he was straight up Floyd Mayweather. He was he was pretty much dissecting Cotto, and the movie theater was very pro Floyd Mayweather, and it was like fuck, dude. Mayweather's gonna pitch a shutout against Cotto. He's gonna completely dominate Cotto. I gave Cotto a fighting chance, but I didn't think that he was gonna do a lot. But I felt it was gonna be a little bit competitive, for the most part. Um, the fifth round was a round that, as I was watching it, um, like it was interesting because Cotto started coming back, so to speak. It was a close round. I gave it to Cotto, but Mayweather still being Mayweather. But it seemed like Cotto was kind of bringing himself in the fight, so it was kind of a slow build. In the sixth round, I gave it to Cotto because I think what's funny is Mayweather for some reason seemed to be kind of slowing down a little bit, not as active, and Cotto was putting his punches together in the sixth round, in my opinion. So I gave the sixth round to Cotto, so it's 4 rounds to 2 rounds for Mayweather. Seventh round, I gave it to Mayweather. Mayweather did a little bit more. He caught him with some more. I think that was the I think was it the round where he was throwing some massive uppercuts because Cotto had him in the corner, and I gave the seventh round to Cotto. I mean May. The eighth, the ninth rounds were for Cotto. I think Cotto did a little bit more than him, a little more busier. Was catching with a little bit of punches here and there. The 10th round I think was a close round. It had Cotto just doing a little bit more. So I gave the 10th round and the ninth round and the 8th round to Cotto. The 11th round was a close round. I gave that to Cotto just by a tad bit because he was catching with his little quick jabs and stuff. And the 12th round was all Mayweather. Mayweather completely dominated him for the most part with clean, effective punches throughout the fight. So I had it, I think 7-5 for Mayweather on my scorecards for the rounds. Um, I think the scorecards were like 117, 111, 117, 111, and I forgot. I think 118, 110, or some shit like that. I thought the fight was a bit more competitive, I think the middle rounds, the 6th through the 10th, was where Cotto shined a little bit. But to give those scorecards were, I think, kind of a little bit out of hand. The thing with that is Cotto was throwing, but sometimes it wouldn't land because May was very slick. So he was a little bit more aggressive at times, but he wasn't landing a lot of those shots. But you got to give an A for effort for trying to. And yes, May was kind of countering him, but it's a fine science to see how you would judge a fight because of that. But regardless, for the most part, Cotto was most effective when Mayweather was on the ropes. He caught Mayweather a couple of times. He actually bloodied Mayweather's nose for a duration of a couple of rounds. This is the fight that Mayweather really he thought he was he was saying to the press that Cotto was a great fighter, but I think mentally he's like, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. And it wasn't a cakewalk. It was a struggle for Mayweather. It really was. Like I said, in the middle rounds, you can see he was like kind of not sure how to approach because Cotto would have him in the corner, and I think sometimes Floyd would bait him, and sometimes Cotto would land, and sometimes Mayweather would land. But overall, like I think the scorecards again were a little bit exaggerated. Um, I think it was very sore loserish of Cotto not wanting to do um, the interview after the fight, even though yeah he did lose, but for some reason Cotto lost. Like he lost a great fight. Like it wasn't like he was bitched up like Mosley or Corrales that we're talking about. Cotto went in there and he fought a competitive fight, and for that I give him a clap. But in the end, Mayweather won. Mayweather had to dig deep because you can tell it was frustrating the shit out of him in that fight. But overall, I mean, I guess the odds weren't as big as many thought were. Twitter was blowing up. Justin Bieber was blowing up. It was just people were laughing when Justin Bieber kicked in. It was like, what the hell is going on? But overall, it was a. I thought it was a super fight, like I originally thought it would be. Um, I didn't think Cotto had a lot of a chance, but I think he had a little bit of a chance, and I think he proved that he's a little bit more than what people thought he would because he beat Yuri Foreman to take the belt. He beat a Mayorga, and he beat a Margarito that was badly damaged in the eye. But he went and fought, the best fighter in one of the best fighters, if not the best fighter in boxing, and he gave him a little bit of fight. But anyways, this video is like fucking 8 minutes long. That's way too long. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is Armando with the Boxing Corner, and I'll see you next time.